Nice.
Maybe.
You're hunting, aren't you?
You're hunting, aren't you?
Looks like it. What do you want?
Mamă.
Do you have some hints for the hunt?
A good gulp of beer will do, to start with. Then we'll see.
Da, deci trebuie bere.
Here you are. Take a
Look, I've
beer
actually
and
bet.
tell me about hunting.
Ok? Nu știam că avem bere. Știam că avem ceva șnaps de orez.
Scavengers.
Deci că suntem în China.
That's what we call the big birds. Should be attacked one after the other. It's easy to lure single scavengers from the pack. If you come too close, they'll become irritated. After a while, they'll storm in your direction. At this point, you should be waiting for them with a raised weapon. If you manage to strike the beast before it hits you, you have to keep fighting. Then you'll be able to defeat the creature without being hurt yourself.
Well.
If it hits you first, well, just don't let him.
What else?
What else can you
Deci
tell me
trebuie să
about
fim,
hunting?
să dăm
A
dai și
lot,
furi, dai și furi.
but it'll
Sau-
cost you more than a beer. If you know how, you can take the creature's teeth, claws, and skin. It's hard to get them, but they are valuable.
Yep.
At least every merchant will trade those things with you.
Aia e că până la skill pun și 100 de ors. You're demanding a lot for your advice back. Bine, vorbim pe mâine.
Hey, you.
Ce vrei, mă?
What do you want?
I want to warn you. If you continue this way, you'll be entering our hunting ground.
What do you hunt?
What do you hunt?
Mostly scavengers. There's a lot of meat on them. Besides, it ain't too hard to get them. Once you know how.
Really?
boss.
How's that?
Ask my friend Drax here. He knows more about these things than anyone.
Eu am povestit deja, gata. This is area so
Why is
dangerous.
this area so dangerous?
Hai zi,
You
ce
just
dangerous.
arrived, haven't you? There are different areas in this colony which are all more or less dangerous. The paths
Dangerous.
between the camps are quite safe, but even there you might come across some wolves which look on you as easy prey. And that's exactly what you are until you get a proper weapon and armor.
Și zice ăsta care are kilos de tanga și niște pămături pe el.
Where can I get better equipment?
The nearest place is that old camp. Just follow the path that brought you here. But you can get the stuff cheaper in our new camp, provided you know the right people. If you go to the old camp, ask for Mordrag. He's one of us. For just a little ore, he'll sell you the proper goods.
O să vedem ce găsim. Tell me about the areas of the colony, what I get a map.
Tell me more about the areas of the colony.
If you travel between the camps, you'll need a map to distinguish paths and dead ends.
Nu mai spun.
Dead ends often lead you to dangerous canyons where you encounter creatures you'd better avoid.
Like.
Do not enter the old ruins. There are too many around here, and most of them are old fortifications dating back to the time of the First Orc War. Some are abandoned orc dwellings. There are often orcs in those ruins,
Oh, no.
or even worse creatures. I'd avoid those places, especially at night. And one more hint. Don't go into the forest.
Nu, dar de ce?
Where do I
Ce
get
are
a map?
pădure?
Ask the people in the old camp. There's a cartographer living there.
Bine, boss.
Maybe you can steal one of his maps. If you manage to do it, take one from me as well.
Why? Doesn't he sell the maps?
If you get enough ore to pay for them.
Bine, mulțumesc
Thanks for
mult.
your help.
Don't go thinking everyone's gonna be so friendly, kid. There may not be much in a newcomer's pockets, but some folks would even beat you up for a pickaxe.
I'll keep it in mind.
Clar. Si clar, deci am ajuns în România. Suntem în Galați. Ia-le. Bine că v-ați activat și voi. Da, deci așa am înțeles, deci left shift for run. Nu a fugit ăsta. Cu orice altceva numai să-l fugă. Opa. carne. Free meat. It was a free meat. Seraphis. It's a seraph. Și oare... Ce? Nu este nimic de luat. Îi mă pe ăla. Ei, poate cine au amata pe ei. Ăla e tot Drex, da, Drex. Ce dracu cauți acolo? Ce Drexul cauți acolo? Bridge guard. Bună ziua. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Uite, stai.
Guarding the bridge, of course.
Asta chiar a fost o întrebare
We
foarte
make
stupidă.
sure that no beasts cross the bridge.
Bine, boss.
Have you got any advice for me?
Yeah, don't go in the forest on your own. Unless you're strong enough to fight off all the beasts.
Nu fătai. Thank you
Make
very
sure
much.
you get to the old camp. They're holding a pickaxe for you.
Te dracu. Auzi, bă.
Let me pass.
Nu vreau. Hai, I'm new here.
Hi, I'm new here.
How nice for you.
Is that the old camp over there?
No, that's the new camp. The old camp is underneath the bridge. Let me pass. Let me
Bă,
pass.
ce agresiv sunteți, futu-vă, mă, ripă. Foarte dură lumea asta gen Gothic. Ba, blueberries. Oh, that's a beer. Am bucat bere. Hai să nu mai trebuie să ne batem încă cu lumea. F5. Trebuie să ne aducem aminte să salvăm, că dacă nu ne trezăm, mă pui mei cu surprize. Cine zice, facem și batem ceva boss super puternic și dă dracu că pierdem. Nu-l salvăm la timp. Trebuie să mă bag acolo în camp, dar vreau să văd de ce. Tu cine ești? Și ce vrei? La viața asta? Nu. Cine vrei chiar cine sunteți? Diggers. Girl, Diggers. Tumblr. Ce dracu face Tumblr-ul ăla? Da. Aia face. Da. Și care ar părea să le acolo? Auzi niște găzămări. Bună ziua.
What are you doing out here?
I want to be left in peace, so get lost.
Bine, boss. Oare dacă îi furăm ceva, e atacă? Nu. Ok, să uită la mine cu o față.
Why are you here and not in the camp?
I'm waiting for a friend to return from the mine. He owes me some ore. I can't turn up in the camp without the ore. I couldn't pay the protection money for the guards, and then things would get real heavy for me.
Protection money. Ok, boss.
I've warned you before. Keep your hand.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Ce mă?
You don't have any ore? Doesn't seem to be your lucky day today.
Oare mai înviem sau... Nu cred. Ok. Ce are zero? Și tu, și ăla.
Fuck you too, bitch!
Pleca. Pa. Să nu fie bine. Bine, într-adevăr, am vrut și o să fur de la el. Să...
Where do you think you're going?
To the camp.
You ain't come to make trouble, have you?
Nu, mă, ce dracu, nu vezi ce față am.
Diego says I'm to meet him in the camp.
Okay, in you go then.
Ce rapid am rezolvat?
Any news?
Nah, everything's the same as ever.
Bine, boss. Să trăiești. Ăsta e primul om de treabă pe care l-am văzut. What are you doing all
What do you
day?
do all day?
I make sure no one gets in if Gomez don't want them to. So don't make trouble when you're inside or you won't be going nowhere. Let me pass.
Au, ia-ți, mă. Tu ce faci aici?
Laba. Fac laba.
Venit în extra.
Do you need an extra man?
You must be one of the new ones, huh? If you're looking for a camp to join, try the sect loonies. They're not fussy about who they take on. We don't take just anyone. Not unless you want to go digging in the old mine.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Who calls the shots around here?
The shots.
Thoris is the one that makes sure things don't fall apart.
Și imaginez când
He's
zice
right under
asta,
Gomez.
Gomez zice ceva de genul.
That's really not my problem.
How's things?
I'm new here.
So I see.
How's things?
You make trouble here, you get punished.
Am înțeles, boss.
What do you call trouble?
Most diggers pay us to protect them. If you mess with one of them, we'll deal with you. If I catch you rummaging around in other people's huts.
Okay, I get the point.
That's really not my problem.
How's it going?
Deci nu trebuie să ne mesuim cu nebunii ăștia. Where I can find Taurus.
Where can I find Thoris?
He usually stands at the castle entrance.
La entranze di Castelle. Diego?
Where can I find Diego?
During the day, he's usually at the castle entrance with Thoris.
Ok. Hai să căutăm, am început. Diego. Am început Diego aici.
Must be something about that story after all.
I wouldn't like to be in here.
Cine ești? Grim.
As long as I'm not, you have to doubt that's ever likely to change.
Hai pe Diego. Să trăiești, maică. Tell me something about the old
Tell me something about the old camp.
It's the biggest and most powerful of the three camps. Gomez and his guys control the camp and thereby the whole ore trade. Once a month, the king sends us everything we need. We've got the old guy in our grip, you understand? He sends us wine, bread, meat, weapons, everything. You can also get some of it. All you have to do is join Gomez's people.
Și să înțeleg că poate intra toată lumea în bariera asta, nu mai poate ieși nimeni.
What about the two other camps?
The two other camps split up to pursue their crazy escape plans. There's the new camp in the west of the colony, where the mages think they can just detonate the barrier as soon as they've scraped enough ore together. And then there's the sect loonies in the east. Their camp is in the middle of the swamp, and they're praying to their idol to set them free. He hasn't responded so far. If I were you, I wouldn't waste my time on those madcaps.
Nu înțeles. Tell me more
Tell me more about the barrier.
Hai că aflăm un
There isn't much to tell. It's impenetrable.
What happens if I just walk out of here?
The last one who tried that reached the other side a dead man. This damn barrier lets you in, but you'll never get out of here.
If there's a way out, I'll find it.
You're already in a rush to get out of here? But you've only just arrived.
Take care.
Tache pe care e ăla, ăsta e Taurus, presupun. Dar, are față e Taurus. Că ești ceva aici să-mi bag piciorul.
You don't look as though you'd just let anyone get into the castle.
Only Gomez's men are allowed in the castle.
Ok. They give a certain amount of follow to let me in the castle. To get to the castle, okay.
I need to get into the castle. I have a letter here for the High Fire Mage.
And you expect me to let you stroll inside the castle to hand it over and collect your reward?
Yeah.
Okay, show me the letter.
I'm not letting you handle it. Forget it.
Okay, I've forgotten.
If I gave you a certain amount of ore, would you let me in the castle?
For a certain amount.
How much?
Well, it'd have to take a while to count the ore. Long enough to make sure me and my boys are busy counting while you slip by.
Aha, am înțeles.
So tell me, how much?
1,000 nuggets should be enough.
No, 1,000 nuggets.
Well, you could join up with Gomez. That'd get you in the castle for free.
I want to work for Gomez.
Oh, yeah? And what makes you think Gomez will be interested in having you work for him?
Diego says you decide who Gomez.
Diego says you decide who Gomez is interested in.
Huh? If Diego thinks you're okay, why doesn't he take care of you? Look, let me explain. Diego's gonna test you. If he thinks you're good enough, I'll let you into the castle to see Gomez. Whatever happens after that is up to you, okay?
I'll talk to Diego.
Să vorbim cu Diego. Why don't you give me the test?
Why don't you give me the test?
It ain't that easy, kid. Any newcomer who wants to get anywhere needs a patron. That patron has to be one of Gomez's people. He'll test you. And if you fail, you're his responsibility. That's the law around here.
Bine, boss. There must be something
There must be something you want done.
No. The things we guards deal with are a bit above you, kid. You just stick to the tasks your patron sets for you.
Și atunci trebuie să mergem să vorbim cu Diego să-l întrebăm ce Dumnezeu avem de făcut, așa? I've
talked to Thoris.
No.
And what did he say?
He says that I can join the old camp if you think that I'm good enough.
Looks like I have myself a new job.
Do we start right now?
First, there are a few things you should know.
Ce?
What do I have to know to be accepted in the old camp?
If you want to join the camp, you'll have to earn some brownie points. There are a few influential people in the outer ring. Most of them are shadows. If you manage to impress them, it'll earn you a few brownie points. Then you'll have to stand the test of faith. Besides, there are a lot of skills every new arrival has to learn. The more you learn, the more valuable you'll be for us.
Bine, boss. Hai să vedem. Where do I find the important people?
Where do I find the important people?
Well, you're looking at one of them. Then there's Thoris. You already know him. As for the others, you'll have to find that out by yourself. If you don't manage to do that, you don't belong here anyway. Just go through the outer ring and talk to people. Then you'll find out who's important.
Atunci acum ai un moment din ăla de vorbit. Who can teach me?
Who can teach me?
Start with Fingers. He's the most skillful among us. If you keep your eyes peeled,
You naughty, naughty.
Where can I find Fingers?
his hut's kind of hidden. It's next to the castle wall. Just start out here and go towards the arena. When you're at the castle gate, go down to the left, and you'll be heading for the arena.
That's the test of faith.
What's the test of faith?
You have to go to the old mine. There you'll meet a guy called Ian. He'll give you a list. This list is important. It contains all the items the guys in the mine need from us. They'll get the stuff with the next convoy.
No problem.
Yes, there is a problem. The new camp must not get that list. Like I said, the list is important. If you do it right, you'll get much further.
Okay.
If the list is so important, why should Ian give it to me?
Because you're going to tell him Diego sent you.
I'll tell him.
Where
can I find the old mine?
Go to Graham. He's a cartographer. Tell him that I sent you and that you need a map. It'll show you the way to the mine. He lives to the left of the north gate.
Ce și facem noi rost eu din asta?
Can you teach me something?
Ce facem,
Yes,
domnul?
I can teach you to improve your dexterity or your strength.
Da, peștișorul meu.
Come back soon. There are many things you need to learn.
Hai să
What about my esteem within the camp?
I've talked to a few people.
And?
Get on with it. There are still many things to do if you want to get anywhere here in the camp.
Da. După mă trimis la...
Take care.
Dacă pe care? Bun, să salvăm. Și... Cred că ăsta o să fie sfârșitul la primul episod. Sper că vă place. Mie îmi place jocul, adică eu aș vrea să continui seria. Dar o să vedem cum o să avem și timp și chef și mai departe. But, yeah. Noi o să ne vedem marțea și miercurea, în fiecare marți și miercuri pe stream, pe Twitch. O să vă las canalul în descriere și paginile de Insta și de Facebook. Nu uitați să dați un like, un follow, v-ați rețele de socializare, un subscribe. Să ajutăm algoritmul puțin așa. Și da, sper că v-a plăcut primul episod. Eu am fost Viper, voi sunteți cei mai tari, v-am țucat. Noapte bună să aveți. Deci e noapte, deci noapte bună să aveți. Pa!